Hi guys, welcome back to HADAL TV. We're doing another reaction on Black Hawk Down.
Surviving Black Hawk Down.
That's the
Today
one.
we're hearing from actual people on both sides.
Yes, we are. My name is Asad, and
My name is Ahmed. If you're
Yes.
new to the channel, they should.
make sure you subscribe and you like the video. It doesn't cost you anything. And tell a friend as well.
Today we're going to be diving into, first of all, the official trailer that was released. Me,
Yeah.
I'm not one for trailers. By the way, before you even continue, spoilers in this episode. So if you haven't seen Surviving Black Hawk Down on Netflix, we are going to be jumping back and forth from clips on the 3-part series. So you might not want to watch this. Go watch the show first. If you don't want to watch the show first and you don't care, just, hey, stay with us.
Let's go.
The trailer. Have you actually seen the trailer?
I have not seen the
I
trailer.
actually haven't seen a trailer. I'm
But
not.
I've
I'm
seen
not
the
a
show.
trailer guy. I'm one of them. Like, you know what? I don't want. I don't want to.
You see bits and bits of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
sometimes
what
it could
is.
ruin it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's go into the trailer. We might not watch the whole thing, but we'll just skip through.
October 3rd, 1993, Somalia.
Just that alone, October 3rd, 1993, Somalia. It's already telling people, look, it's. Excuse my friend.
Something went down.
It's a shit show.
The helicopter went down.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
I like the way they use the fan. Hey, just from the creativity point of view. But
Yeah.
I'm already pissed.
We got a bear down.
Long time ago.
It was the most violent thing I've ever witnessed.
Destruction everywhere. I took my camera.
This guy, if you've seen this, you know. Without this guy, yeah, like
Yeah, half of the show. Most of the stuff will not
no,
be
without
there.
this guy, the show, like, not just this show, bro. He
captured the whole thing.
he was telling what was happening. Like, he was sending out. Anyway, I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, because we are gonna do some reactions.
And I press record.
There's no way I'm gonna live through this.
I'm thinking this is it.
Just slowly.
Over the horizon. That bomb.
Havana was like, phew.
Oh wow.
She was like, yo.
Like, obviously, like we did warn you. And if you have not seen the show, don't go past.
Yeah, I mean, this is only the trailer, so
Yeah,
if-
so
if-
we're gonna be discussing the show as well. So here we go.
Hawk was down.
Man said he was happy, you know.
When we returned, and there was just a whole slew of people shooting at us.
well, this is like a 2-part, but the other lady that talked about Amina, oh, that was,
Yeah, Shadow.
yeah.
She had a baby.
Yeah, and then the way that the production team, yeah, I'm not gonna say it, but yeah.
These guys were at Delta Force, and if they're still getting shot, what does that mean for us?
They chained me up. There was an interrogator. I thought, there's no way out of here. Death is on its way. My home.
They're building it up in it, you know, as you would do on a
Man
trailer.
said it's my home. Victory or death.
Yeah, I mean, it's his home, bro.
Yeah.
Why are you there?
No, but this is the thing that people don't understand about Somalis, though. We're gonna be a bit biased because we're Somalis.
Yeah,
But
I might not look at. Hey,
yeah, listen, that's another topic for another
we
day.
could do a whole episode of that.
But yeah, like Somalis are very strong-minded people.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to like, this explains. I think there's no lot of foreign people live in Somalia, apart from Yemenis,
yeah,
and that's it.
yeah.
Pretty much it. Like obviously, like there's a lot of Syrians when there's stuff like that, but during kind of the wars that have been happening in the Middle East.
Yeah.
But the only people that we live with is Yemenis, and that's pretty much it. So for anyone
Top people,
to
man.
go in there with guns
Yeah.
is never going to be a good idea.
So, just your thoughts on the trailer, just by watching it. What are you getting from it? Because I've actually not seen the trailer before today, even though I've seen the whole show.
Yeah, but I've not seen this trailer before. But yeah, it looks good. It makes it look exciting. But
Yeah.
obviously there's going to be layers and layers of layers of like propaganda. There's layers of like making the soldiers the victims.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, they're not talking to the people that who lost.
I mean, it's just like the movie was just
Yeah,
horrendous.
the movie was just a really bad propaganda movie, and the movie didn't explain anything. It didn't say what happened. It started as like they got a mission. They're trying to get this guy, a general ID'd, and boom, boom, boom.
So again, before we go into the actual like clips of the show itself, like
Yeah.
the documentary,
Yeah.
what's the background behind it?
Well,
I'm not like a.
do you want the
history
American
person.
version, or you want the like
What, the Somali version?
or you want the Somali version?
I just want a version.
Okay, the
that is
Somali-
not being told by
Yeah.
mainstream media.
The American version, because that's what everyone's telling. The fact, no, I want to say fact because obviously nobody can know facts. Like for what we know as Somalis is basically there is a power struggle in Hamar after the
Hamar being
in Mogadishu.
Yep, cool.
There's a power struggle after the government collapsed. So basically, there's a lot of hands, right? The North wanted to cut off
Are
after.
you talking about when Siad Barre?
So okay, Siad Barre was the president of Somalia.
Yeah.
He had enemies.
Yeah.
His enemy was the North,
Mm-hmm.
which is Somaliland, right? They had a militia, and then there was another militia from the South.
Militia sounds mad, but go on.
Militias, like armed groups,
Yeah.
like opposition,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Basically, the main opposition were the North Somaliland,
Mm.
which they had a group called the SNM, and then you had General Aidid and his
Yeah.
people. They were both against the government.
By the way, I'm learning as well as you are. So yeah,
So the deal was they wanted to overthrow the government, and
take over.
the two big players were the SNM and the Aidid.
Okay.
So the North wanted to cut the
Cut
overthrow
ties.
the cut ties and establish their own government.
Yes.
And Aidid supposed to be the president of Somalia
Yeah.
without Somaliland. That was the kind of the
Ah.
two people working together.
Oh, so were they actually working together?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
They're working together. So when that happened, the government, the president flee. The country was still intact, even though there was a power struggle. There was a lot of like, they didn't get to the like real violence at that point. Obviously, Somaliland
So it's brewing
declared
up.
themselves
Yeah.
as separate from that day
Okay.
onwards, right?
Okay.
So then there's a power struggle that happened in Hamar. ID is supposed to be the president of Somalia. Then obviously started to get oppositions. So the main opposition his name is Ali Mahdi. And there was another two as well, but like they made that were the main
Two main players. Yeah.
the two main players as far as I know.
Okay.
And that's where the whole battle started, where he was going to take power.
Okay.
So obviously the Americans got themselves involved in this
Yeah.
by, I don't know, maybe they were favoring one of the other guys, like they
Okay.
didn't want General ID to take over. Maybe he was not their guy.
Isn't it something to do with like humanitarian aid or something?
Well, that's the official story.
That's what I'm gathering
That's the
from
official
the show.
story. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the official story.
Okay.
I'm telling you the Somali story.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
the
Go
Somali
on,
side of it.
Go on, carry on.
He was not that guy. Basically,
Yeah.
they wanted it gone. So they thought they can go down, grab this guy, and then arrest him
and have
because
the other guy
he
take-
killed
yeah.
humanitarians and robbed aid and stuff like that in Somalia, the region that he was controlling, which is crazy because
Yeah.
why does he's controlling a half of the city?
Yeah.
So why does he need to rob anything? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
He,
No,
he controls the whole area.
Yeah, I understand.
You know, if you're gonna drop aid in that area,
I mean, from the videos that I've seen, like actual videos, like
Yeah.
the people that were supporting him.
yeah, there's one half of the city supported him.
Yeah.
If anything, I think he had the majority support.
Okay.
Right. Obviously, Ali Mahdi was his opposition.
Yeah.
But obviously, he's from different tribe. So the
Okay.
city was almost split into two areas.
So was it like a tribe thing?
it turned out to be a tribal thing.
Okay.
So it's split into two.
Mm.
So if this guy's in charge of like basically half of the city,
Yeah.
the government right now today, they're in charge of Somalia
Yeah.
right now.
2025, like
Yeah,
today.
yeah. They're not even in charge. The half of what ideas are controlling. Today.
But what, isn't this guy like the president of Somalia? I'm just going up by Wikipedia
He controlled a small little area
of Mogadishu.
called Halanet, right?
Okay.
That controlled by the government. The rest of it is controlled by others.
Just
I don't even want to say
Yeah,
who
yeah,
they
yeah,
are,
yeah,
but controlled by others. Do you know what I'm saying?
okay.
I did had half of the city controlled, soldiers, everything. If he's controlling that much city, why does he need to rob any aid? They were coming to his area. He probably feeding his people with it. So
Okay.
it makes no sense. But like that's the official story they're giving. But obviously they wanted to get him out of play.
Okay.
That's the what most people think. So they accusing him of saying he's done this. They wanted to arrest him. They wanted to take him in custody. Blah blah blah. But one thing that they don't understand is if they go in trying to mess with this guy, the two parties that fighting each other, which they don't show you on the movie and on the
Documentary.
this
This documentary,
is,
yeah.
when they try to go and get this guy, the opposition stop fighting each other and start both of them fighting
The Americans.
the Americans to get the
Ah,
power.
so they basically rallied together.
Yeah, that's
and
one
they
thing that
said-
can unite them.
They said, "Yo, why are you in our country?" kind of thing.
They think, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Pretty much. But and don't forget, when they went in to go and get this guy, they had other 2 attempts or 3 attempts.
Oh, I mean, before you touch that, I actually want to show maybe clips of that.
Yeah. So obviously they kind of got everybody together by causing problems. Yeah, these guys don't like each other.
yeah.
They're both like competing for power, but they don't want these guys involved in their business. So when these guys
let
come in-
us deal with it internally. Kind
yeah,
of
so
thing.
when these guys came in, they stopped fighting each other, and basically they turned their guns to the Americans.
They said, "Wait a minute."
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, and that's what happened. But they
That's
don't want to really,
crazy.
they're not going to cover that because obviously, like we'll go into a bit more. But obviously, even though what the next first covering is not, it's basically
Yeah.
so one-sided, it's unbelievable.
So let's go to Netflix here now, and we are going to skip through this, so you are going to see a few skips in the video. So this initial clip here on the first episode is one of their first missions, or
It's
the
the first raid that they did to capture ID.
Okay,
So obviously they went in at night,
trying to just do a quick job.
quick little job,
In,
pick him
out,
up, in and out.
go
You know what I
home.
mean? You know what I mean? The Americans are the, you know, the Delta Force,
The Delta Force, the Rangers.
the Rangers.
Hey. Anyways, let me just press play on this. We are going to pause it in segments.
Hovering over the target. Fast road. Up in the
Don't
air.
forget, Hamad is a big city as well.
If you're not hooked to it, it slows you down on the way to the ground where your hands catch fire. Take off running. I'm looking for people, the bad guys, you know?
Wait, hold on. I'm looking for people, the bad guys.
The bad guys. I mean, it's
Who's a bad guy? Like,
I don't want to do like spoiler. I feel like this whole thing is a spoiler, anyways. But
because do you know what? Yeah, do you know when you make everything bad and good, to
Good and
everything?
bad,
Yeah,
yeah.
to everything.
so
It's
as I was watching this first episode, I was already frustrated because they've already outlined the good and the bad.
yeah, nothing is that simple in life.
No,
You're good and you're bad. How does that make sense? You're in a foreign lands. You're involved in disputes and like clearly, obviously, what's happening is not good. They needed more,
more intel.
not just intel. They needed to be a peacemakers between what's happening between the two parties that are trying to take power.
Yeah.
Trying to cool the situation down.
Instead of going
If they're gonna be like a middle guys or trying to be
Like
the good
mediators,
guys,
yeah.
they could have like saved countless lives.
yeah,
But to go in shooting,
Rangers and Delta Force
coming down at
and
night from a helicopter.
coming through the ropes and
What
what do you expect is gonna happen?
We're the good guys now. Yeah, the good guys.
Let me just see what happens with this initial incident.
The ranger units were protecting the exterior of a house while the units went in and cleared the house looking for a deed.
So obviously they had quite a few units there.
So they had intel. Obviously, they think the general ID was in that property. So they are executing their orders.
So look.
I hear this crack.
I missed him.
So that was that guy's first
First initial contact.
not even that, like his first not mission, but
This is the first mission.
Out
The first
in-
one out into the area.
in Mogadishu,
Yeah,
basically.
trying to capture the ID. Yeah.
so he must be thinking, yo,
Obviously,
obviously
someone's shooting at him right now. He must be shocked.
Because imagine you're part of military, whatever it is, yeah, and then you're in a country that you don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna be nervous, bro. Well, I think so. Anyways,
They're well trained soldiers in it, so I'm sure they. And I think the thing is, like, we're gonna come to that later on, where
okay,
like they went to the Desert Storm.
yeah,
They went to obviously like, a couple of countries, but I think they're not really being challenged.
maybe like the
Do
way
you know
this
what I mean?
was.
Like, I think the last time they had a they went to Desert.
So this guy got shot at, and then let's just see.
I'm thinking, I heard that, but I'm not quite sure what that is. It's the second round that flew by my head before I realized they were actually shooting at me. The Rangers light up. They just start firing.
So just blasting.
Because the thing is, like, if you look at this right now, they basically said that they're just sending rounds and rounds.
Yeah,
This is a residential areas.
yeah, because they're trying to get someone out of a house.
Yeah. So this guy, obviously, they're looking for general ID right now.
Yeah.
He's not going to go into somewhere
Bait.
isolated.
Yeah, like a lone.
It is a big city and it's a very crowded city as well. If they actually they're just going to open fire like rounds and rounds and rounds, like he just said. Imagine how many other people that they can damage or kill.
Yeah.
50 cows going off. We made it quite clear that if you shoot at any of us, we're going to respond with an overwhelming amount of firepower.
So he's not saying we're gonna respond equally.
We're going to overwhelm it.
He's basically saying,
So they basically got a free license to just
yeah,
shoot.
you throw a stone at us.
Yeah.
we're
We're going to bomb you.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Response.
Obviously, a lot of these like images that you're seeing is like just recreations of.
Yeah,
you know,
it might not be the truth.
yeah.
Like 3 or 6 to 9 round burst. Must have put like 20 rounds into that guy, but you know I was nervous.
He sounds proud of that.
Yeah, of course it is.
He's like, normally I shoot 3 to 6 rounds, but he put 20 rounds into a guy.
Yeah, but he was a bad guy.
It was terrifying as well as exciting. We narrowly missed a deed that night.
Was he even there? I did.
Bro, I don't think...
Because he narrowly missed.
Yeah, and they keep saying that, haven't they?
Yeah.
As
On how
we-
many attempts before we even get to this to the
And
parts?
each
where,
attempt, how many people have they killed?
I mean, they do tally up.
So
at
they
the
went
end.
into some areas maybe guarded, but for whatever reason,
Yeah.
right, killed whoever was there. Because don't forget, if they go into the city with their guns and with their cars and stuff like that, people will fire them.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, people don't understand this. In Hamar or in Mogadishu,
Yep. In Somalia. Yep.
everyone's got a gun.
Yeah. It's like having a phone in your pocket or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Seriously, everyone's got a gun. And if you're not welcomed over there, they will shoot at you.
That's interesting, you know.
No, as simple as that.
So if I go there,
What do you mean if you go there?
I don't know, because sometimes I feel like I don't look.
No. Nah. You?
Yeah.
Come on, stop it.
Serious.
Your people live there, bro.
Right.
There's a lot of your people there, man.
I've not been back. Well, I'm not back. Hey.
Oh.
Anyways, we'll.
A lot of your people are there, man.
Let's just maybe skip to another scene because obviously we're not trying to get copyrighted, yeah. So let's find one of my good friends here, Ahmed 5, cameraman.
Who was with the 5? Who was with the 5?
I actually don't know. I hope he clarifies it, but he's my favorite character in the whole show.
Yeah, but you know, to be honest with you, have you noticed that they never asked him why did Americans look if I did? Do you know no one asked that question?
Isn't it just that whole story about
Yeah, but they have
humanitarian
not asked
aid and-
any of the. They have not asked
Oh,
him.
any of the Somali
They have not asked him.
survivors.
Yeah, trying to find out. Yeah, their opinion of why the Americans were there to first place.
I'm trying to think. Did they?
Because
did
they built the
address
narrative
that?
at the beginning. No, they built the narrative from the beginning,
Mm.
and they said this was about aid and about the United Nations.
Peace. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they have not asked anyone or any of the characters, the Somali members that they interviewed in
Yeah.
there, why did they think the Americans were there for? Because they said that because don't forget, he actually said the Americans were there, the
Yeah.
Americans came, and he thought, he goes, we're gonna have a bit of peace, because obviously the city was rivalry.
Yeah, there was tension.
Yeah, there was tensions. There was two guys who were like trying to fight for control, and one of them were trying to be president, whatever, right? He said, because the Americans came, we thought we're gonna have a bit of peace. Things are gonna calm down.
Yeah.
That's what he was thinking. That's what he said
Yeah.
on the show.
Let's just go to
Yeah.
Ahmed's introduction.
Yeah.
First of all, let's just appreciate the outfit,
Yeah.
bro.
Them hats, them hats are like known for Somalis.
Yo, and then the khamis with the blazer. With
Oh
the,
yeah, with the latest waistcoat.
Crazy thing that's all his
That's
footage.
all his footage.
That's
Yeah.
all his work.
Yeah. Because that's what even the news channels.
Yeah,
were,
yeah.
like,
You know when he got to this bit and it was showing like his early work.
early work. Yeah.
Is it 1980s?
1980s, yeah.
You see you know what? Obviously, I can never picture this Somalia or Somaliland or however you address it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I just can't.
Oh, I know. Basically, like,
I know like our parents, you know.
yeah, they lived a good life over there. Man.
Bro.
They lived a good life over there. It was very peaceful. Even though the guy that was controlling the country was a dictator, they still had a good lives. They still had, because don't forget, like, you know, like people talk about Somalia is like, it's a nation that been together for so long. It's not. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, break that down for
So,
me.
for example, the north, called Somaliland, is basically controlled by the British.
Oh, are you on about like if you're going that far
Right.
back, pre-independence?
Well, we're not going back far, because this is 1980s.
Yeah, that's 80s. Yeah.
Somalia got their independence on the 1960.
Yeah.
So that's 20 years in,
Yeah.
right? That 20 years in, they had
So-
probably about 3 or 4 presidents by then.
So since the independence till about this little
So
situation.
this guy now, the Siad brother who's been overthrown
Yeah.
on this show, he took over in the late 70s or early 70s. He
Okay.
took over.
Yep.
The president before that was assassinated,
Okay.
right? So by this point, politically, Somalia was struggling.
Okay.
From the 60 to 80, that's 20 years. So by the 80s, we end up with the dictator. By late 70s, we end up with the dictator. So the whole country was not even been together for that many years. People think like, even like the north, now Somalia now, right? Somaliland wanted to cut off, wanted to go on separate way. In the 1960s, it was their decision to join the rest of Somalia, to make a greater Somalia.
Yeah.
Right. So the British give them their recognition and they make them announce them as a country on their own.
Yeah.
The Italians give the south and in Mogadishu their independence on just like same day, a
Yeah.
couple of days after that. I
Then
think
you got
like
the-
5 or
you
6
got the
days after
French
that.
yeah.
And the French was Djibouti, but basically that
Yeah.
they want to do their own thing. So obviously the Somalis got together and wanted to create a greater Somalia, all the way from Mogadishu all the way to Djibouti.
Yeah.
Right, all the way up.
Yeah.
Obviously, Djibouti declined. They said, no, we're going to do our own thing, blah, 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 blah. Somaliland said, yeah, we're going to join in. They joined in, But for that 20-odd years, it was not very smooth 20 years. One president got assassinated. The politically wasn't going great. And then we end up with a dictator. So it wasn't all hunky-dory, everything was great. Yes, they had a lot of good going on during Mohammed Siad Barre's time. There was a lot of good things and there was a lot of bad things.
Yeah.
But the whole country was never stable when it comes to politically.
Well, let's just play through this. I might mute the audio so we can talk over it as well.
Yeah. This is like the heydays, 70s and 80s.
Look at him when he's 19. Crazy. You know that tune?
That was a big tune.
I don't know what song that is, but it just sounds like a proper Somali
Yeah,
song.
you see like other African countries are dancing to that song.
Yeah.
It was quite a famous song.
Yeah. Yo, that was a thing, you know. Oh yeah, I don't know if he says it, but like wearing like these weird tight pants
Yeah, it got like a flare at the bottom.
at the bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's. I saw my dad got like a couple of pictures of that.
Yeah.
He was wearing that.
Interesting.
With a fro as well.
Yeah, that's how I picture my dad with a fro. I'll show you later, actually.
It was a thing, you know, in the late 70s, 80s.
Oh yeah, he does mention it, tight shirts or whatnot. That's interesting. What flag was that? Egypt or something behind him.
Yeah, Egypt.
So he's just talking about his background and what he did and so
Weddings
on
and
and
stuff like that,
weddings.
yeah.
This guy had a whole media company going on. So if we just kind of like, oh, I was going to say fast forward, but he just kind of gets to it himself, really.
This is where the whole show went down. 1991.
1991. You know what else happened that year?
What happened? You were born.
I was
Are you serious? Oh wow.
I was born and it just kicked off, bro. It kicked off. 1991. There you go. If you want to know my age, I am officially announcing it on this episode. So yeah, man.
Yeah,
That-
you're old.
Relax. This guy. you're telling me.
Wait.
You can.
I've not announced anything.
Hey, listen.
Don't get me involved.
When we were in the 80s.
Don't listen to him.
No. We're playing. But yeah, man, that's the thing. I was born, and this is all I've known.
Bro, saying that, there's people who were born on this chaos, like you.
Yeah.
I've never seen a stable government
Yeah.
in Somalia, and obviously it's not still stable government.
I'm like, when
Obviously-
do I go home? Is the question.
You can go now.
I'm not gonna go home.
No, it's not that bad.
I know. But by the way, guys, I'm just.
It's not that bad. Obviously, a lot of people go visit
Yeah.
and stuff like that, but it's not as bad. Obviously, living there's a whole new thing.
Yeah.
But visiting and trying to see what.
Because
is what.
imagine you want to go by the coast. You know, we have the largest.
But
coast
obviously,
in-
like you got the. Obviously, you got Djibouti.
yeah.
That's stable.
No, I'm trying to go home.
Yeah, but but then you need to pick and choose like where the areas that you think, all right, this would be cool, it'd be calm. Like
Yeah,
if you go
man.
to Djibouti, cool. If you go to Somaliland, cool. If you go to Puntland, cool. When you go to Hamar, it's basically a lot of people go,
Yeah. No,
It's-
yeah. I mean,
but
I see on the socials
and a
all
lot of
that.
people got some horror stories from there.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah.
I've got a
Anyways,
friend of mine who was there when there was a lot of explosions happened
Yeah.
in the market, and there's a lot of people become unalived on that time he was there, and he was like, nah.
July 12th, 1993.
Yeah.
Obviously, 1991, Civil War, blah blah blah. Things were just chaotic, and then this is what happened that he says in 1993. It's got a stash.
As usual, charging batteries, developing photos. Suddenly, I had commotion going on. I come out and see 10 to 15 helicopter gunships. Is something going on and serious? So I went back to get my camera.
Do you know? They're shooting from a helicopter.
Yeah,
I know them helicopter guns are not.
yeah.
They're not like-
it's the
It's a lot.
it's crazy to think that he's out there
And
and videoing this whole thing.
yeah, but don't forget, they're using helicopter guns on a resident area. And don't forget, like I said earlier on, it's a big city. There's a lot of people live there. How do you shoot from a helicopter?
Because, like,
It's not a jungle.
How do you know who's who?
It's not a jungle.
No, it's not.
It's not where like you can just fire from there, like everything's calm. It's
Yeah.
it's crazy. There's schools, there's homes, there's businesses.
Yeah.
Like, how could you just shoot down without killing? No, you're not gonna kill civilians.
Yeah.
And nobody's got military clothing either, so everybody's actually wearing.
I saw the house was apartment.
So I'm guessing this is the second raid they did.
So this was a strike on a home of Aidid's security chief. So I'm guessing they were targeting not Aidid himself, but
So this is the
Someone
second
else.
raid that they did.
yeah. So I don't know how many helicopters he said, but there's quite a
I think it
few
looked like
from the
about,
video.
Yeah, it looks like about 3 or 4 of them.
And they're just circulating and just shooting, I guess.
Yeah.
The helicopters are passing and and shooting. You know, it's a gunship. It's a. Said, go away from this area. Maybe I can die. But camera says you have to stay.
I think that's one of my favorite parts. He's basically saying,
the camera says you have to stay.
he goes, yo, I can probably
Oh
die, but
my
the camera is talking to me, bro. It's like,
he's a newsman, innit?
yeah, yeah. Because if he doesn't stay and capture all of this,
nobody knows what happened.
it's just,
And
you
the
know,
thing is, like-
one person's word against the other.
Well, yeah, but like, who's gonna do anything about it?
Wow.
Do you know what I mean?
So another question is, do they actually get who they're looking for?
Bro, you don't use guns on bombs.
Because they didn't have people
They're
on
trying
the.
to get somebody. What are you trying to get? They're trying to assassinate someone.
They didn't have people on the ground. That was like that was an airstrike kind of mission by the looks of it.
Yeah, because they're just basically trying to kill anything that moved. And the other funny thing is that is there anyone counting the death they're causing?
No, I mean they
Because all they did is like they basically pissed off everybody living in the city then by
Yeah.
that point. Because this is the second raid they did.
this is the second one now, yeah. So now they've obviously done their second, I won't say raid, but their airstrike mission or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was basically a kill mission.
And then that kind of caused a lot of tension and, you know, frustration, and people just were like, yo, what's going on? People are dying here.
But I think if they were smart, if they wanted to do this nice and clean,
Yeah.
they could have find out where the guy is, deal with him once and for all, and get out, or not cause like a lot of havoc. But obviously, like,
Yeah, when you're
how
saying-
many
when-
missions have they done?
I mean, they're on their second one, but let's find out what happens next.
As time went on and the more missions went on, it's fair to say there was frustration.
The soldiers conducted 6 raids, 3 of which went wrong.
They did 6 raids. 50% of them was just
Wrong.
for bans. They're just
Okay, so then the question is, how many people have they killed
in the 3 that
in
went
the
wrong.
3 that went wrong, and the 3 that they got it right?
Yeah.
Because they didn't get it right because he wasn't there.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't get him.
So they did 6 raids. How many people they killed with them 6 raids?
So they're saying 3 went wrong. So that's already telling me, like, yo, why?
Yeah.
I
So
don't
every
know.
time they basically invaded a neighborhood to
Killed-
find somebody,
killed how
they
many
must have
people?
killed hundreds of people.
Quite
But
a lot.
nobody's gonna keep count for that.
No.
Nobody's gonna say why these people getting pissed off. Nobody, because they don't want to talk about that. Who's responsible for that? Nobody.
Like, why are they shooting us all of a sudden?
Yeah, all of a sudden everybody's shooting at us. Like, but oh, it's surprising.
Yeah.
Like, it's like if you're gonna do a propaganda, make it look real a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just woke up this morning and everyone's shooting at you. Come on now.
Yeah, you come out your house and all of a sudden there's
Yeah,
like 9
like
helicopters.
oh, suddenly like boom.
Might be exaggerating, but
yeah,
yeah.
it makes no sense.
The wrong house, or that guy's not it, or, you know, in between we captured some bad guys.
Tensions seem to be rising every time we interacted with the Somalis.
That pissed me off.
Bro, have you seen this? There's a crowd of people watching that. What was that guy doing that right now?
I don't know.
What did
'cause
he do? He was just walking with him.
I'm-
Why does he need to do that? In front of everybody. He's lucky they didn't kill him. Because there's a whole people, Somalis watching him.
Yeah. I've seen this bit.
And don't forget, and he's doing that in front of armed people. Everybody's got a gun over there.
Do you know what it is? Sometimes people just think they got a big ego.
The
I've
f-
got a gun.
But the thing is, like, you know, with the Americans, when they got in there, nobody willing to fight the Americans, and I think that is the thing that they wanted to basically. They believe that obviously they're gonna say that later on.
Yeah.
They're gonna find it surprising and people are shooting at them, but they actually thought that no one would do that.
Because they're like, you know, they are the great America, the soldiers,
Yeah,
the
superpower.
Rangers, the
No
Delta
one's gonna
Force.
fight with them. Yeah. No one's gonna
You know,
fight with them.
They're gonna
So-
go in, do their mission, get out.
They try basically humiliating that guy now in front of everybody, which is stupid.
Yeah, man, that boiled my blood a little bit. Let's just see where that goes.
Those pilots don't take care what's going on. Just to terrorize the people.
You think they were enjoying it? Just causing a bit
Bro,
of havoc.
like when you give all this equipment to 20, 21, 22-year-old kids, yeah.
Because he said earlier in one of the clips, you know,
Yeah, but
he
have we
was
not
scared
seen
and
this-
nervous, but he's also excited.
Have you not seen this before though? Like you got like lot of young guys, 20, 23, 24 year old
Testosterone's
kids.
flying.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want. They can kill, no consequences. They did that in Iraq, where they were just shooting up weddings and stuff like that, killing a whole. You know what I mean? You've seen in the WikiLeaks done that same thing as well, where they just basically driving a road but just shooting people for the joke of it. So I'm just saying, like, people forget there's a very tribal areas.
Yeah.
And in a very tribal society, if you killed a member of that family or member of that tribe, the whole tribe have to revenge that person. They have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
So
you're dealing with the whole community now.
Killing a community. That community could be could be different tribes.
Yeah.
So every single person, like, well, these people killed, the Americans killed so and so and so and so and so. So everyone now is looking for revenge.
Yeah.
So basically, you're just basically pissing off everyone by just doing some stupid raids that was never been successful anyway.
So what I'm going to do now is just go through the clips a little bit, try and find some segments that we found quite interesting. Okay.
So obviously now, after this many raids now,
Yeah.
obviously now it's getting really messy.
It's getting, tensions are flying. Everyone's just like, yo, what are they doing?
Yeah, and I think
Why
the
are they
whole city
killing
is
all
gonna.
these people?
Yeah.
Are they really after Aidid? Because they've missed him six times.
They were, but do you know what I mean? But like amount of death and destruction they cost during this time, obviously people ain't gonna stand for that shit. So
No.
it was gonna cause a lot of problems anyway. But obviously now
They started
everything-
retaliating.
Yeah, everything's full swing now, and obviously we're gonna see a little clip now.
So
see
now,
what-
so just before we play this little clip, they're going for another mission.
another mission, yeah, we're supposed to be, and it's not even an ID this time. It's some of his lieutenants.
Lieutenants,
apparently.
yeah. So
And
they've changed it up.
They're
a
supposed to
little
have in a meeting, and they're supposed to capture them. So, or kill him, whatever.
bit. So as they were going to capture,
Mm-hmm.
I guess they were starting to get attacked.
Yeah. And I think it's turned out to be a full swing, and obviously we're going to see a clip now about the helicopter.
One thing
going
led
down.
to another, and then let's just see what is said here.
And then it happened.
4:20.
Yeah.
I remember hearing a sound, and it was right behind me. It seemed like over my head, and I remember looking up, and there's still the black smoke from the detonation of the RPG.
laakiin waxaan u jeedaa intaalka in la riday hawadana uu qiiq ka kacsho.
So at this point, one of the birds or the helicopters
got hit
by an RPG.
Yeah.
And its tail spinning. A lot of smoke's coming out. It's not like it can't figure what to do and what not.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
And and it's looking like it's doing the title.
I looked up and saw the helicopter smoke a little bit, and I was like, oh. Hope that lands okay somewhere.
Yeah. Do you know what? You know what makes me laugh? They're very confident still. Like
Because obviously they've never
even
seen
a helicopter going down. Mine, I hope he lands somewhere nice.
Yeah,
just it's like we're in it.
Because
it's like helicopter got hit. Like you're not gonna be worried.
You
He's like, yeah, they got hit. Like I hope he lands somewhere nicely.
Yeah.
Birds spin over the horizon.
That is crazy, bro.
Black Hawk shot down. So that's the first time I've experienced that. Well, in Somalia, Mogadishu. I mean, I don't know if it's happened in any part of the world.
No, I think that was
prior
the first
to
time they
this.
experienced it in 1993.
Was that first time ever?
Yeah, the Black
Like-
Hawk Down actually been took down.
Hence the famous title, just being
to
everywhere.
be honest with you, like before that was what is it like? Desert Storm, like there was the Iraqi 1990 war.
I mean, my history knowledge is terrible.
Yeah, so that's when Kuwait and not Kuwait. Yeah, I think it was Kuwait and Iraq, innit?
You're asking the wrong person.
Yeah, it was Kuwait and Iraq went to war, and then obviously the Americans got involved and kicked the shit out of the Iraqis and kicked them out of Kuwait. But obviously, like the Iraqis ain't fighting the Americans, were they?
Yeah.
They didn't do that the first time, and they didn't do that the second time. Well, they did, but like, do you know what I mean? It was like no. I don't know what point I'm trying to make right now.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Birds on the floor.
The bird is on the floor.
And
Now everything changed.
now is just like,
Forget the mission.
yeah,
They want to get the survivors because that helicopter was causing havoc for last 6 or 7 missions that they did.
yeah,
Killed a lot of people.
yeah. Half
You know
of
what I
it
mean?
unsuccessful.
All the missions were like not great missions either.
A lot of deaths.
Yeah, and then you can see how much angry these people have got for them.
Of course. Like,
Who's got these guys are flying the Black Hawks. Like they must have like enemy number 1 on the ground. So any survivors from there is going to be in great danger. So I can see why they changed the mission and to trying to save them.
Yeah. So we're not gonna go into this whole
Yeah.
part of the mission being changed and everything. We're just gonna go a little bit further down the line just to see kind of like what happened next after.
What they're covering in the show, you mean?
Yeah.
So this lady here now, like Binti, basically she found out that the Bakara market there's a fighting going on, but the Americans are there.
Yeah.
And she's gonna try to go to her house. I mean, so she's got kids. I think she got 4 boys and a girl and a husband.
Yeah.
So basically, she's trying to go back home, and I think the program following her story. Let's play her words.
xaafadda General Daa'uud degan bakaar Mareykanka soo galo xabada ka socdo hay xaafadayda waayay waaw xaafadayda mahayga waay alla ariga soo orodna maxaa kaa maqan ilmahayga ila maqanaan dhahay.
So at this point, she's in her house, or
she's running back. She's
back
broken.
to the,
Yeah, she's
oh,
going
and
to
then a
where
man
all
stopped her.
the gunfire is. Said, "Why are you going this way?" Basically, she said, "My kids are missing."
Yeah.
diyaaradana ha
They're basically just shooting.
xabadda karoorina xabadana babababasa waxaa arkaa naag jidka marayso dhahays buura ciidana oo Soomaali ah naagti diyaaradda ku soo dhawaatay halkaasay madaxa uga dhufatay naagti leebatiray faqwaad.
I like the way she describes the lady.
She is very graphic in her
Yeah.
description and the way she's like telling the story.
Yeah,
according
basically
to her, basically.
a big lady.
Yeah, Somali, they don't shy away.
Yeah,
from,
they don't shy from. If you're overweight, they'll tell you straight to your face.
She'll say it as it is.
Yeah,
yeah.
She's basically the helicopter comes very close to her and then basically put one in her skull, man.
Were they just spraying and then they got one in the head?
Would you be surprised?
Or was it like, you know what, I could probably take that one down?
No, but would you be surprised?
No, I mean, I'm
like it's just one of those things in it. Like,
imagine like you're an American. Yeah, you probably don't want to imagine that, but you're on a helicopter. Yeah.
Come on, I wouldn't want to take anyone's life, bro. But some people are actually.
But by this point, bear in mind, Black Hawk is down.
At this point,
I'm not trying to justify any of this.
Obviously, yes. They're on the fire.
They're on the fire.
And they're just killing anything that moves.
They're civilians. I mean, the survivors are still,
they're in a gun battle, all the soldiers. And
in this Bakara market.
And they look like they're shooting anything that moves. And this lady is probably running to the same destination, trying to get her kids.
She's trying to get her kids, husband, and yeah.
Because don't forget, this is a residential area. It's a market.
Yeah.
It's not like a battleground where you can just.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're fighting with man to man. Like they're hiding over here. It's not like that. They're just basically is a full on.
In the ends.
Resident areas. It's a market. There's a lot of people there. People running that way.
Let's hear a little bit more of her story, and then we'll skip to another
chaotic.
part.
dadka day u maaday ee jiireen ilaa geed hoostiisa waxaa yaal ilma xabadaha ku dhacdhacay ana ilmahaas waxaa u qaatay ilmahayga inay ku jiraan ilmaha ku rooray ilmaha saan
Pause that. Yeah, what she just said.
Yeah, so basically they dragged the lady that died
underneath the tree. But then there's got so many kids underneath the
so they kept dragging all the
kids,
kids under that
kids.
Same
Yeah, they got so many kids that you just have to go through them
to see if any of
them were kids.
So now people are getting like pretty much just like slaughtered.
Yeah, it's a kill zone.
If you're there, there's a good chance that you're not gonna come out of it alive unless you're one of the soldiers on either end or whatever it might be. And then now we hear a little bit of what one of the soldiers had to say.
Yeah. Let's see what he says.
After Dom was killed, the gloves were off.
That's it. The gloves came off. Now that could mean anything. That means his boy just got.
He
you
lost
know,
his boy.
His boy died, and now he's like, that's it. Is he basically saying, I'm just gonna spray everyone, or
I don't know. Like, it just sounds like it, doesn't it?
or is it like, oh, you know what? Let's just aim for the bad guys, or is it bad like
The gloves are off. It's, I don't know.
Usually, when you hear the gloves are off,
That means basically just there's no rules then.
The thing that happened inside of me was rage. That's it. Yeah, I went from seeing these women pointing out our position and being very, do the right thing. The switch just got flipped, and it was the most maniacal, barbaric kill everybody that I could see that was hostile or acting hostile in any way.
So
basically, just admitting that he just basically committed a war crime.
Yeah, because he was even saying like there was women pointing
out their position. Yeah, so
Of
that
course,
means they're hostile then.
If someone's mother is saying
Basically, you're just killing a whole neighborhood, bro. Like everybody's gonna be hostile.
Yeah.
So that means like soldiers, women, it doesn't matter. Everybody's hostile now.
So he's shooting anyone that is
anyone that he can see.
Yeah.
He just committed a war crime. He admitted
I don't think my finger came off the trigger for very long at all.
So he was basically doing this, boom,
Yeah.
and it was just like that.
Yeah, he's just basically he's just shooting anything that he can see. If that's not war crime, I don't know what it is.
Was he even like I don't know in it, like soldiers and stuff? Do you have to be like, because how does someone live?
There's a rules of engagement. In any war, any soldier, obviously you can't just shoot everything. You're in a residential area. It's a market. Bakara market is one of the biggest market in Mogadishu. You can't just shoot everything. Makes no sense.
I mean,
unless you don't give a damn. Obviously, he lost his friend and he's emotional.
And he's
whatever.
angry and rage and all
like
of this stuff.
But I'm going to shoot everything.
But surely there must be some sort of like, you know what?
Well, even when they're filming this, surely they must know that what he's just said, he can be indicted for that.
I mean, maybe, papers.
Well, who's going to do that, though?
Papers already signed before this was released, I guess.
No, but obviously, everything. But we're talking about Somalis and Americans.
Come on, bro. What are we doing it?
Yeah. Why does he feel like they heard the way he just said?
Yeah.
xabadda ka dhacday si u yaal baa meydku meel walba u yaal
everybody is scared destruction everywhere dead bodies everywhere.
So now obviously you're hearing it from the other side where people are saying just people
like the man said,
dying.
Shoot everything you see. Now people, that guy.
So you have
now they're saying basically there's dead body everywhere.
Yeah.
So the helicopters were doing the damage, and now these guys on the floor shooting everything they can see. Of course, they're scared for their lives.
Of course, yeah.
They're in a different territory that they're not from. Everybody's shooting at them. Most people got guns.
So for them, it's like it's either
like
it's either me or you.
Yeah, it's a kill or be killed. But in the same time, it's like
you still have a duty of care. Is that the phrase where
since you are there, but.
Hey, all I'm saying is
they shouldn't be there. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah,
that's it.
That could have been dealt with.
There's nothing else.
Because I don't have answers. I'm just kind of like reacting to what I'm seeing. Once again, I'm starting to get agitated and whatnot.
How many can die? 100, I believe.
Tosin. I like how he talks.
1,000, I believe.
So from his own experience,
he said about 1,000 people that day.
First he was like 100, and then he was maybe thinking about probably 1,000.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
That's a lot.
But don't forget, it's a market.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of people there.
There's
anyways.
a lot of market near it. There's a residential area. Of course, if all them bullets flying, of course they're going to hit somewhere. There's people everywhere.
Cool. So in this scene now, Binti's finally at home.
Yeah, she finally got
and
home.
She's basically
Find her children.
and let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
أنا وحير هاي أنا جو المها يريركا
So she found that her son
She found her sons, yeah.
was home with
And
all
she's
the
happy.
kids
I
and
think
everything.
her husband is there as well.
تبكي صار ويست
My husband.
Because she
Yeah, he
says
was-
kitab kisu. Because she
Yeah,
doesn't
he
say
was
my
just- he was just
husband,
re- he
innit?
was just reading the Quran. He
Mashallah,
just sat
man.
there.
I mean, hey, that's at the end of the day.
He
man,
basically he just sat there calmly.
that's it, man. Yeah, you can only have.
أنا كان بحال القرآن كأخرين كتابك اسكو خبر المها لا أرضو مال كست إلهي يا جو مال أو أرداي مجرد شوف
Pause that.
He's,
She said, "Stop reading the Quran. Put close the kitab,
Yep, and take the
and
kids.
let's go and let the kids out of
let's
here."
Dip. Let's get out of it. But he's like, nope.
Nope.
He's a mashallah man. It's like a steadfast a believer basically. He knows. If
He
he
says,
says
"God is everywhere.
That's it, man.
There's no way. I'm not going anywhere."
ترى أنا هالكاس يقول عبد عنتا أنا بقول أقول صار أرجع عن تتر أروح كم أقول
Oh wow. So as she was like,
So
in
she
the,
basically she came home, met the family, her kids and her husband. Her husband said we're staying. She went in the guy outside,
yeah,
and she got shot. So this basically just shooting everything.
just raining bullets.
Yeah. So she got shot. She got hit on the shoulder and arm.
Yeah, and she
And
obviously.
yeah, let's see what happens to the rest of the family.
بس أوي هاي المهيجي لا بوجري ما ده إنتان نسوي
So that's her getting shot now.
Yeah, and I think if you know what, yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but like
Yeah,
spoil it.
we're not gonna give every single like the outcome and if her kids survived and whatnot. Just hey, find out for yourself. So we're skipping to another part now. This is where you said a second plane or a
Yeah, there's a
helicopter?
second like, Black Hawk Down that went down.
So it was two on that
Yeah,
same day.
on the same day, yeah.
And
So this obviously the pilot and two of the soldiers survived in this one,
okay,
and obviously there's two soldiers died, and obviously the pilot is still alive.
yeah.
So this is where it begins.
So let's see what happens there. Ah, so this is one of the militia guys,
Yeah, he saved him.
and he basically saved his life, I guess, yeah, in a nutshell. To kind of what at the time when you were watching it, what did you think? Like, why do you think he saved his life?
Well, it's a good thing, isn't it? It's a good thing.
No, surely. I mean, you can see.
You
from
can
his
see these
eyes.
people are angry.
Yeah, they're angry. They already killed pretty much everyone else that came
Yeah,
from the
but
helicopter and all the.
To save somebody's lives is a good thing, man.
Yeah, no, of course.
You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing to do.
But in that instance,
You know, but these people are not animals. End of the day, they're fighting people that will come to their neighborhood, fighting with them, and obviously the people that fighting within Americas, they're also human beings. End of the day, they are being given orders to do what they are doing. So it's just like sometimes like they can go crazy, and sometimes they can, you know what I mean, shit can calm down.
let's have a look. Let's see where he takes us.
They hoisted me up, threw me in the back of a truck. But I'm alive.
So that's his reason.
So in that moment, that was kind of like his.
He's like basically saying they
His
killed
play.
us, but then he's saying that we're showing them that
That we're not just here to kill, I guess.
yeah, we're better people.
So now we're going on to just the part where that pilot was saved.
Yeah, and now he's been
And-
interviewed.
I think that, well, once I've watched it, I've understood it more and more. The reason why he saved him, yes, he wanted to save a life, blah, blah, blah. But it was more like to
To
actually
show you we're
do
better,
this.
yeah.
We're better, but
But
also
that's what he
to-
said.
To get recordings, I think. Maybe he thought. I mean, bearing in mind, he must have been really young at the time, the Somali militia guy.
Oh, so it's this guy.
Yes.
They're all like on the 20s, man.
Yeah, so they must have all been super young because now they're all obviously on the screen. So they put him in a room, started asking him questions. Ahmed was there, camera guy. Ahmed 5.
Ahmed
I
5.
still don't know why it's called Ahmed 5. I'm going to look into that myself personally. And the question was, which I'm going to play it.
Do you kill innocent people?
It's pretty obvious to me what they want me to say. They want me to say, yeah, Americans are here, we're killing innocent Somalis, and we're here to take over the country. None of that is true. So I'm not going to say that. But how do I say something that gets us beyond this point?
Innocent people being killed is not good.
So he didn't really answer directly.
It's just innocent people being killed is not a
good.
good thing. But
Yeah.
that wasn't the question. The question was, did you kill innocent people?
Yeah.
Because these guys are the guys that were basically just spraying
Yeah.
the sky.
Yeah. I mean, he was the pilot, but at the end of the day,
he knows what's happening.
It's teamwork, innit? I
Yeah,
guess.
he knows what's happening. So he basically didn't answer the question. He didn't say they did or they didn't.
Yeah.
He just said it's not a good thing.
Yeah, it's like well, I was gonna throw an example, but it's just not the right.
It's a
time.
non-answer basically.
Yeah. It's like saying, did you do this and that? You say, oh, well, that's
If that
not,
happens, not a good thing.
That's not. Yeah, that's not really a good thing.
He doesn't really say. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like, oh yeah, I did this or we did this or we didn't or I didn't kind of thing. So that kind of like circulated all across the news globally. Again, Ahmed Five doing
his
some
bits,
fire journalistic content out there. It's crazy to think that he was doing all of that back in the 90s, man. Like,
I know,
risking his life basically.
Yeah,
going into these places that are.
It's wild because anyone in that area, you're not safe from anything. Like that woman said earlier on, that woman that was running, she got shot in the top of the skull.
Yeah.
So, it basically.
Because imagine he didn't.
Imagine if he's carrying a camera.
Imagine Ahmed didn't survive.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Who'd be telling some of these
Who
stuff?
would be?
And to be honest with you, they should have just actually had just a documentary on him.
You know what? I could actually see that. You know.
Yeah.
I could see
the
series.
amount of stuff that he knows, because obviously, like they're asking him specific questions about this and that. But imagine if they were just talking to him directly, just him only.
Yeah.
What he thinks, what happened, what did he witness, how much footage has he got.
I believe he has a lot more.
Yeah.
Than what.
Yeah. What they.
I hope he's getting paid money for this.
Yeah. I'll be surprised if they do.
Or is it like a one-off fee to use the nah?
There's
you know,
$500.
there you
Tell
go.
us what happened.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. See you later.
Nah, I obviously there's been what do you call it, Somali journalists.
So how do you rate this? How do you rate this whole documentary?
I'm still not a
because
fan.
obviously I'm saying it's a documentary, but obviously like documentary is supposed to be. Documentary is never based on facts. It will be a story.
I'm not really a fan. I'll be honest with you, this kind of stuff, because it's, you know, it's driven by a specific machine.
Yeah.
That wants specific messages. It's a little bit different. I gave it a chance because of people recommending it to me. You weren't gonna watch it.
Yeah. I wasn't planning to watch it. Because to be honest with you, like when you told me to watch it, I've described to you everything that was gonna be in this.
Do you think now that you've watched it? Obviously, there's a lot more to where we're finishing off right now. Feel free to watch it in your own time. Do you feel like you're hearing a little bit more of the other side compared to what's been out there before?
Not really. No, they did give a bit more facts of like there was 6 missions.
No. I'm not
like,
saying about the
like
missions.
What caused the, like the
no. I'm saying when I
like
say the other side, I mean like, you know, now that you've got the survivors, the Somali survivors. Do you feel like now you're actually seeing a bit more of their
what
story?
Happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. On this documentary, yes.
Yeah. Compared to like the
Compared
film
to
and
the film,
this,
the film's like no, there was nothing.
Were the actors even Somali in that film?
No. No, I'm seriously no.
Do you remember that was wild?
Yeah, I know.
I was watching. I forget who are these. I don't want to be.
I think they were Kenyans,
stereotypical. It was like even like the language that was being used, and
they didn't use the language. This was more.
I actually felt like now, I'm not convinced or anything, but
you learned a little bit more.
Yeah, I've definitely learned a bit more, and they even go on to say right at the end of this, these are just some of the survivors. Obviously, there are more and more and more. You know, hundreds.
It affected
of
a lot of
thousands.
people. It affected like a lot of communities. A lot of people.
You know,
like that Binti now, she lost a lot.
Yeah,
she lost 4 children.
You know,
her
her
daughter
husband.
her husband died, and she got injured, and her daughter was blinded.
She's blind, yeah, till today. Yeah, she keeps
Yeah.
falling around. I mean, if you're here for the spoilers, or if
You
you've
know what I
seen
mean,
it, you
huh?
already know. But yeah, I mean, I can't say I enjoyed it. I can't really enjoy anything like this. But I've been more informed this time around. That's what I will say.
Yeah, a little bit more than usual.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been more informed. I'd probably love to see like
Apart from the fighting, it's like everything is kind of covered, like certain stories of certain people.
Yeah.
Obviously, the soldiers said what they need to be said, and the survivors said what they need to be said, and you got the Somali fighters as well that said what they said, and
yeah.
so yeah, it kind of covered like both angles. And
If you were to see another version of this, how would it look? Like, what would you like to see differently, or?
but it depends is who's telling the story. If it's told by production from Somalia, which is not gonna happen.
I mean, why not? Hey,
But it could happen, but obviously the Nefsi will not pick it up. Like,
no, forget. I'm not
yeah,
saying.
but I'm just saying to wider audience. Like, if it's that, then I would like to see from whole different light.
So you just
why
wanna
they were
see-
there. Was it about a UN? Was it about a political motivated situation? Which we definitely know, because obviously Americans would never get involved in if there wasn't a political. There's a lot more to it. But to be honest with you, it is what it is now. It's what, 1993. This happened while we were on nappies, man. So it doesn't matter now, does it?
30 odd years ago, almost. But yeah, man, that's our reaction to surviving Black Hawk Down. I would rate it, if I was to give a number on it, to be fair, maybe a 6.5 out of 10 personally. Maybe leaning towards 7, because I actually felt like I was a bit more informed on both sides. Not necessarily equally, but both sides. What did you think?
I'll give it 5.
5?
Yeah, because I knew a little bit more.
I don't think you wanted to watch it anyways.
I to be honest, I didn't want to watch it. I'll
Let
give
us-
it 5.
let us-
They done a lot more than I expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I was pushing for you to watch it this
Yeah.
time around, just like others were for me to watch it. Let us know your ratings out of 10, what you think, irrelevant of what your background is. And yeah, we'll respond to all the comments. And if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe and share it far and wide.
Thank you very much.
Good night.